On the path to consciousness, the soul path of alignment, there are a couple of phases. One is seeking, finding, and then being. The seeking is really, really important. It gets you questioning, it gets you wanting to know, it gets you tickled in a way. There's an urge, or you can also say a divine discontent. And sometimes the seeking, or very often the seeking, comes from trauma, it comes from pain, it comes from what happened to my life, or why is this happening to me? It comes out of the cry, in a way a cry to go back to the womb, even the universal womb. And then the finding, you start finding it, whatever that is, it for you. A contentment, a peace, a calm, an inner joy. You find like-minded individuals. You find others that you can travel with, others that perhaps think like you, feel like you. You find answers, you find meaning. And then from this finding stage, phase, you go into, at some point, almost in a satirical way, an ironic way, you go into being, just being. You finally realize that exactly how you are is perfect, and that all you've been doing is really just taking the rust off or the dust off. All you've been doing is unraveling or unweaving the tightly woven web of trauma, of drama, of the constructed self, of misinformation or miscommunication to the self. You start realizing that you're Atma, Brahma. You start realizing that you are the all that is. And so, instead of seeking and finding, when you move into being, it's like you're a child again. That's what it's meant to say, be like a child again, because a child just is. The child spends its time being. And every new stage of awareness, of consciousness unfolding, you move through seeking, finding, and being. Seeking, finding, and being. Seeking, finding, and being. Until you hit this point that is beyond space and time, when you just are. When you begin to know. Know that you are. Know I am that I am. And when you move into this phase of knowing, that is all there is just to know the self, the individuated aspect of God that is you. So in knowing you, you know God. In knowing God, you know you. You know that you are the undefinable, the unpredictable. You are the unknowable. You are the mystery unfolding. And so you seek this knowing. That is the love affair. The knowing and seeking, being open. It's not really seeking, it's really just being open to knowing. Like any great relationship, you just show up. You're present to the moment, to the unfolding. And so release the seeking, release the finding, and move into knowing. Get to know God through getting to know you. Get to know you through knowing God, the self that is infinite, the self that is unknowable.